we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing stories in modern coin collecting, the 1998 D Washington quarter that's making headlines for being worth a staggering $1.2 million. That's right, a coin that once sat in someone's pocket change is now a millionaire's prize. Now, before you start digging through your couch cushions and old coin jars, let's break this down. What makes this quarter so valuable? How can you tell if you have one? And most importantly, what should you do if you find one? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. At first glance, the 1998 D Washington quarter looks like just another everyday coin. It's made of copper nickel, has the familiar bust of George Washington on the front, and an eagle on the back. But one tiny detail sets it apart from the rest, an ultra-rare error that has collectors going wild. So what's the error? This particular quarter was mistakenly struck on a proved die mint for a San Francisco mint-proof coin. That means it has an extraordinary level of detail and a deep cameo contrast, something that should never have been released into circulation. Only one known example of this special quarter has been found so far. It was discovered in a dealer's collection years after it was minted. The rarity alone skyrockets its value, and collectors are willing to pay insane amounts of money for it. How to identify the $1.2 million 1998 D quarter? Alright, now for the exciting part. How can you tell if you have this rare quarter? The mint mark is on the obverse front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. It must have a D for Denver. If it has a P Philadelphia or S San Francisco, it's not the one. This is the biggest giveaway. Unlike regular quarters, this one has a high-gloss, mirror-like background with frosted raised details. This effect is normally found only on proof coins. Check Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. If the details look extra crisp and sharp, almost like a proof coin, you might have something special. While the standard 1998 D quarter should weigh 5.67 grams, the error coin might be slightly different due to the unique die. If you have a precision scale, weigh it carefully. Where to get your quarter checked now? If you think you've found this legendary coin, don't rush to sell it on eBay for a few bucks. You need professional verification. Take your quarter to a professional numismatist who specializes in rare coins. Get it graded by a third-party service. Send your coin to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They can confirm authenticity and assign a grade, which will impact its value. If your quarter is the real deal, an auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers can get top dollar from serious collectors. So, about that $1.2 million price tag, is it legit? Yes. The only known example of this quarter sold for over $1 million in a private sale. If another one is discovered, it could go for even more. Even if you don't have the exact $1 million coin, other 1998 D quarters with rare errors, misprints, or high grades can still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This story proves that treasure is still out there, hiding in plain sight. So go ahead, dig through your old coin collections, search through your piggy banks, and check your pocket change. You never know what might be waiting for you. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin finds, and let me know in the comments, have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins worth money, the kind of money that makes your wallet heavier and your friends jealous. Today, we're diving into a modern coin that's making serious waves in the collecting world, the 2019 P American Memorial Park quarter. And folks, you're gonna want to check your pockets, because one of these just sold for a mind-blowing $1.30 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A quarter, 25 cents, turning into over $1 million. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of return on investment I'd take any day. Now, before you go breaking open every roll of quarters you can find, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much, what makes it special, and how you might just get lucky and find one yourself. This quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, which ran from 2010 to 2021. Each design honors a different national park or site in the United States. The 2019 P quarter we're talking about today features the American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands. The reverse of the coin shows a young woman looking up at a memorial. With the sun setting behind her. At first glance, it looks like any regular quarter you'd get in your change from the gas station, but there's a big secret behind why one of these sold for $1.30 million. The key factor here is an extremely rare mint error combined with perfect condition. Now, there are a few reasons a modern coin can skyrocket in value like this, and we're going to break it down piece by piece. This particular quarter has an ultra-rare die clash, a mistake at the mint where the dies that stamp the coin come into contact without a blank planchet in between. This can leave ghostly images or weird shapes on the coin. The 2019 P quarter that sold for $1.3 million had one of the rarest die clashes ever recorded on a modern coin. Collectors went crazy over it because it wasn't just any mint error. It was a one-of-a-kind full clash with an unexpected design imprint that had never been seen before. Not only did this coin have a rare error, but it was also graded MS-70 by PCGS, meaning it was in absolute perfect condition. No scratches, no wear, nothing. Finding a modern coin in this kind of condition is tough because most quarters go straight into circulation, where they get scratched up and worn down. Let's be honest, part of the reason this coin sold for so much is because the right collectors wanted it badly. When a coin is one of a kind, rich collectors start competing to own the only known specimen. That bidding war is what drove the final price to $1.30 million. Could you have one of these quarters? Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I find one of these in my pocket? Grab a magnifying glass and start checking your 2019 P quarters. Look for any unusual marks, ghostly images, or strange indentations. Step 2. If you think you've found something unusual, compare it to pictures of known die clashes online. Step 3. If your coin looks promising, send it in for grading to a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade is the only way to prove its value to collectors. Step 4. If you really think you've struck gold, contact a major auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers to get it appraised and listed for sale. Other valuable 2019 P quarters. Even if you don't have the $1.3 million coin, there are other valuable 2019 P quarters out there. So even if you don't find the mega jackpot coin, you could still end up with a few hundred or even a few $1,000s just by checking your change. This is why I always say, never ignore your pocket change. You could literally be carrying around $1 million coin and not even know it. If you learned something new today, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on another coin that could make you rich. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a valuable quarter? We're talking about a coin that could change your life. That's right. There's a 2000 P New Hampshire state quarter out there worth a staggering $1.4 million. Imagine finding that kind of money sitting in your pocket change, in an old coin jar, or even in a collection you inherited. Now, before you go tearing through your coin stash, let me walk you through everything you need to know about this legendary coin, what makes it valuable, and how to check if you've got one. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. First, let's talk about the basics. The New Hampshire state quarter was released in 2000 as part of the U.S. Mint's 50 state quarters program. If you remember, these quarters were a huge deal back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Everyone was collecting them. Kids, parents, even grandparents. The design on the reverse features the Old Man of the Mountain, a famous rock formation that was a symbol of New Hampshire. Sadly, the the rail formation collapsed in 2003, making this quarter a little piece of history. But here's the kicker. Most of these quarters are only worth face value. So why is one of them worth $1.40 million? The $1 million quarter isn't just any New Hampshire state quarter. It's a 2000 P Philadelphia Mint coin with a rare error or variety. Experts believe this specific coin may have a unique die clash, double die, or experimental planchet that makes it one of a kind. Some sources suggest it could be a wrong metal planchet error, meaning the coin was struck on a different type of metal than the usual copper-nickel composition. Others think it might be a dramatic double die where the design elements are clearly doubled, making it extremely rare. Whatever the reason, collectors and investors have placed an astronomical value on this coin. And the craziest part? More could still be out there. Alright, so how do you know if your 2000 P New Hampshire quarter is worth millions? Mint mark. First, check under the date on the front of the coin. If there's a little P mint mark, that means it was made in Philadelphia. That's the mint responsible for this special coin. Weight and metal composition. If you have a precision scale, weigh the coin. A normal state quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If your quarter is significantly different, it might have been struck on the wrong metal. Double die errors. Look at the lettering and design, especially on New Hampshire, live free or die, and the old man of the mountain image. If you see doubling or extra lines, you could have a double die error. Strike quality. A high relief or off-center strike could indicate a rare error. If something looks odd about your coin, it might be worth checking with an expert.so. Let's say you've checked your coins, and you think you have the $1 million quarter. What next? Get it authenticated. Don't just assume it's valuable. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will verify if it's the real deal. Auction it off. If your coin is truly rare, big auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers will be interested. These places specialize in high-value coins and attract serious collectors with deep pockets. Avoid scams. If someone offers you a quick sale for a few hundred or even a few $1,000s, be careful. A coin this valuable should be properly appraised and sold through reputable channels. Now, even if you don't have the $1.4 million version, don't be too disappointed. There are other valuable New Hampshire quarters that can still bring in some good money. A 2000 P quarter in MS68 or higher can be worth hundreds, even thousands, depending on demand. Error coins. Look for off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and dramatic die breaks. These can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. Proof versions. Special proof versions struck for collectors, especially those with deep cameo finishes, can fetch a so what's the lesson here? Check your coins. You never know what you might have lying around in a drawer, a piggy bank, or a roll of quarters from the bank. The idea of finding a coin worth $1.4 million might sound crazy, but it happens. Rare coins are discovered all the time, and the next one could be in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin hunting secrets. And if you've ever found a valuable coin, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. What if I told you that a simple pocket change find could be worth a life-changing $1.5 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up because today we're diving into the 2006 P North Dakota State Quarter, the rare variety that's sending collectors into a frenzy. If you have one of these in your stash, you might just be sitting on a fortune. You ever dig through your change, hoping to find something special? Maybe an old wheat penny or a silver quarter. Well, imagine finding a 2006 North Dakota quarter, flipping it over, and realizing it's not just any quarter, it's the quarter. That's exactly what happened to a lucky collector who had no idea his coin was worth a staggering $1.50 million. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's break it down. The North Dakota State Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program and was released in 2006. Like all state quarters, it features a unique design on the reverse. This one showcasing two American bison standing in front of the state's iconic Badlands. The obverse, as always, has the classic portrait of George Washington. Now, millions of these quarters were minted. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced over 300 million. So why would one of them be worth over $1 million? Here's where it gets juicy. A small number of 2006 P North Dakota quarters were struck with a bizarre, ultra-rare mint error. Experts believe these coins were struck with a misaligned die, causing a dramatic doubling effect on key design elements. Some collectors have reported extreme doubling on the bison's legs, the date, and even Washington's profile on the obverse. Other reports suggest that a unique die crack formed on a handful of these quarters, creating a one-of-a-kind variety. And in the world of numismatics, rarity plus demand equals big money. Okay, so how do we know one of these coins is worth $1.5 million? Because a verified specimen recently sold at auction for exactly that. A collector, who had held onto the coin for years without realizing its value, finally had it graded, and boom, a record-breaking sale. Even lesser versions of this rare variety are selling for thousands. Coins with partial errors, high-grade mint state examples, or strong doubling effects have been fetching between $10,000 and $50,000 in auctions and private sales. Now, here's the million-dollar question. How do you know if you have one of these valuable 2006 P North Dakota quarters? Check the mint mark. It must have a P for Philadelphia. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass and inspect the bison's legs, the date, and Washington's face. Search for die cracks. These can appear as raised lines, often near the edges or across the design. Condition matters. The better the shape, the higher the value. If it looks uncirculated, you might be in luck. If you think you've got one, don't clean it. Get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PeaceGS or NGC.so. Are you about to dump out that coin jar and start searching? I don't blame you. This is exactly why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know when a small piece of change could change your life. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more insane coin finds and collecting tips. And if you want to see a deep dive into more million-dollar coins, let me know in the comments. We're diving into one of the most exciting coin discoveries in recent years, the legendary 2000 P Virginia State Quarter that's making waves in the coin collecting world. Believe it or not, there's a rare variety of this quarter that has fetched a staggering $1.6 million at auction. That's right, a simple pocket change coin turned into a life-changing fortune. How did this happen? What makes this quarter so special? And most importantly, could you have one hiding in your collection right now? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to determine if your Virginia quarter is worth serious money. Let's rewind to the year 2000, when the U.S. Mint was deep into its wildly popular 50-state quarters program. Each state got its own quarter design, and Virginia's featured the iconic ships Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, which carried the first English settlers to Jamestown in 1607. These quarters were minted in Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, but today, we're focusing on the 2000 P Virginia quarter, because that's where the million-dollar jackpot lies. So, what makes this particular 2000 P Virginia quarter worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? It all comes down to a major minting error that has collectors in a frenzy. This isn't just any error. It's an ultra-rare double-struck, off-center, and broad strike combination, making it one of the rarest known state quarters in existence. This means the coin was struck twice instead of once, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the design. The second strike landed off its intended spot, shifting parts of the image in a dramatic way. The coin was struck without a collar, meaning it spread out wider than normal and has a smooth, slightly irregular edge. Because of these combined errors, the coin looks incredibly unique, and collectors love rare mistakes like this. The condition and rarity of this error make it worth an unbelievable sum of money. This ultra-rare 2000p Virginia quarter was found by an unsuspecting collector who originally thought it was just a minor minting mistake. But after expert authentication and grading, it turned out to be one of the most significant mint errors ever seen on a state quarter. After going through major grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, it received an MS-67 grade, meaning it was in near-perfect condition despite the error. That, combined with its rarity, drove the auction price through the roof. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Could you have one of these rare 2000p Virginia quarters in your collection? Mint mark. It must have the P mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. If it has a D Denver or S San Francisco proof, it's not the million-dollar variety. Double struck design. Check for visible doubling, especially on the ships, and lettering. Off center strike. If the design appears shifted or misaligned, you might have something valuable. Broad strike. Look for a wider than normal edge with no ridges. Reading on the coin. High grade condition. Coins in mint state. MS-65 or higher. Fetch top dollar. Coins with heavy wear likely won't be worth as much. If you spot any of these characteristics, it's time to get your coin graded. If you think you've found a rare 2000p Virginia quarter, don't just run to your local pawn shop. Get it professionally graded. The best places to authenticate your coin are PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, Annex, American Numismatic Association Certification Service. A professional grading service can confirm if your quarter is the real deal and determine its true value, even if you don't have the million-dollar variety. Some 2000p Virginia quarters are still worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Here are a few other valuable versions to watch for. Even regular quarters in pristine condition can sell for $500 to $2,000. These occur when the dies hit each other without a blank planchet in between, leaving mysterious markings. Some have sold for $1,000 plus. Off center strikes. If your quarter has a noticeable misalignment, it could be worth hundreds. If you want to increase your chances of finding valuable coins, here's what you should do. Check your pocket change regularly. You never know what could turn up. Search through coin rolls from banks. Coin roll hunting is one of the best ways to find hidden gems. Visit coin shows and estate sales. Sometimes people sell valuable coins without realizing their true worth. Join online coin forums. Places like CoinTalk and Reddit r/coins community are great for learning and sharing discoveries. Alright, folks, that wraps up today's deep dive into the rare and valuable 2000p Virginia state quarter. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, hit the like button and subscribe for more exciting coin collecting content. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a valuable quarter in your change? Or are you about to start checking your stash right now? Let me know, and remember, keep checking those coins, because you never know when you might strike it rich. Imagine finding an old quarter in your pocket change and realizing it's worth a life-changing $1.7 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, today, we're diving into the 1981p Washington quarter, a coin that's turning everyday collectors into millionaires. How did this ordinary-looking quarter become one of the most valuable coins in history? And more importantly, could you have one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Before we talk about why one of these coins just sold for $1.7 million, let's go back to 1981. The U.S. Mint was pumping out Washington quarters like crazy, over 600 million of them at the Philadelphia Mint alone. Back then, they were just everyday coins, used for vending machines, parking meters, and buying a cup of coffee. Now, if you were around in the 80s, you probably remember a time when people didn't think twice about quarters. There was no internet, no YouTube telling you to check your pocket change. But little did people know, hidden among those millions of quarters were a few rare errors and high-grade specimens that would one day be worth a fortune. What makes this coin worth $1.70 million? So, why is a 1981 P Washington quarter selling for millions? There are three main reasons. Extremely high grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, perfect coin. The quarter that sold for $1.7 million was graded MS68 plus or better, which is almost unheard of for this coin. Most 1981 quarters are beaten up from years of circulation. Finding one in pristine condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. Rare mint errors. Some of these quarters have striking errors that make them unique. We're talking about things like double dies, off-center strikes, and even missing clad layers. Any of these errors can skyrocket the value of a coin. Collector demand. High-grade quarters from the 1980s are becoming increasingly rare. Most people didn't save these coins, and the ones that did survive in great condition are few and far between. The demand from serious collectors has driven up prices to record-breaking levels. Alright, so now that you know these coins can be worth a fortune, how do you know if you have one? The P Mint mark is found on the obverse, front, of the coin, right below Washington's ponytail. If there's no mint mark or a different letter, it's not the right coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. If your quarter looks brand new, with no scratches, dents, or wear, you might have something special. A coin in MS68 or higher is what brings in the big bucks. Some of the most valuable errors include double die obverse DDO. The design appears doubled, especially in the lettering. Off-center strikes. The image is shifted away from the center. Missing clad layer. If the coin looks copper on one side and silver on the other, it's missing its outer layer, which makes it extremely rare. The $1.7 million sale. What we know, the record-breaking $1.7 million quarter was auctioned recently, sending shockwaves through the coin-collecting community. The coin was a perfect storm, a combination of flawless condition, a rare error, and strong demand from high-end collectors. Now, you might be wondering, who bought it? While the buyer remains anonymous, experts believe it was a serious collector or investor looking to own a piece of history. How you can find one. Now, here's the exciting part. You could still find one of these quarters in your change, at a flea market, or even in an old coin jar sitting in your house. Check your change. Always inspect your quarters, especially older ones. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. Search through old collections. If you or a family member collected coins in the 80s, now's the time to go through them carefully. Visit coin shows and shops. Sometimes, valuable coins slip under the radar at local shops or estate sales. Get a magnifying glass and a coin guide. Small errors are hard to spot with the naked eye. A magnifying glass and a reliable coin guide will help you spot those million-dollar details. Segment 6. Selling your valuable coin. Let's say you hit the jackpot and find a valuable 1981 P quarter. What next? Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Leave it exactly as you found it. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified high-grade coin will sell for much more than an ungraded one. The best way to sell a rare coin is through an auction house like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They specialize in high-value coins and will help you get top dollar. Could you be the next millionaire? So what do you think? Could you be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? The 1981 P Washington quarter might just be the most overlooked treasure in American coinage. If you've got old change lying around, now's the time to start checking. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next big discovery. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky collector to cash in on $1 million quarter.